Welcome, everybody. We are going to share the Sabian symbol for the upcoming lunar eclipse, full lunar eclipse that's happening in the sign of Scorpio, fixed water. Wowza is what I have to say. I hope that what I share here today helps you to work with the energies that we are definitely transmuting at this time, or we have the opportunity to do so at this time. So the sun being in Taurus with the north node, where our destiny is, where we should be headed, is illuminating that moon in the deep watery sign. We have fixed earth with the Taurus energy. We have fixed water with the Scorpio, with the south node of letting go of things of the past, transmuting and being able to transform any of the wounds, any of the subconscious programming, any of the fears, betrayals, emotions. I mean, if you are allowing yourself to connect with your emotions at this time, I mean, you're feeling this energy building. It's definitely powerful. It is definitely intense. For many of us deep feelers and healers, we thought it's been intense up until this point, but it just seems like the intensity's building. It's insane, but it is powerful, and it is our destiny as the collective to head towards, our life purpose, what we value, what has transformed us into being the person that we are today. And so really connecting with those deep emotions is super powerful. I know I'm having a lot of things come up that are just insane and very intense. And what I found very interesting is the sun in Taurus with the north node in Uranus, which is unpredictable change, right? We really can't set our vision on what's truly going to aspire, because it matters what is happening within the collective. Uranus is that quick change, unpredictable. It's also the energy within us of, being a rebel and stepping apart from, what the current narratives are on the earth plane. So the sun is illuminating the moon in Scorpio with the south node, the past, transformation, healing, letting go of, and it's powerful. So if you're feeling a little bit of bipolar with the flooding of emotions or things that may be resurfacing within you, really be gentle with yourself. Don't judge it. Connect with those emotions and understand that to evolve more towards our purpose of the collective headed into Taurus, we have to let go of things and make room for the new, and how we can increase our self-worth coming up with the Taurus energy, right? With the north node being there, knowing who we are as divine children of creator, knowing our true worth, knowing that we're here for a bigger cause, a bigger purpose. And this sun and moon lunar eclipse happening at 2518 of Scorpio is squaring Saturn. Saturn is the great teacher. It can feel like a lot of hard knocks, but it's really ultimately at the end of the day wanting us to be learning from our past, learning from our mistakes, and using that going forward with wisdom, bringing forth your elder within you. Never ignoring any of our emotions or past experiences, because that's who we truly were able to transform our life experiences into great wisdom. And so it's important to be very self-aware of how it really does allow us to work with the energies. And that's why I love learning astrology so much. So at this time, I'm just going to ask for you to take a nice deep breath in through your nose, all the way, filling up your body, filling up your belly and your solar plexus, full of the breath of life. Exhaling. Again, deep breath in. softening with that exhale. One more. I just ask God, Creator Source, to be in our presence as I share the information today. My purpose always is that this helps encourage others to be able to work with the energies, to transform themselves, to find their worth. May we all listen with our hearts, and may my communication be pure. May it be clear, and may it be uplifting for any of those who tune in to listen and that are guided here today to be receptive. I give thanks in advance. And so it is. I am telling you what I chose. I don't work with this deck very often. Let me stop my screen here. I don't work with this deck very often, but I chose this deck specifically today as I disappear into the matrix. It's the Heal Yourself Oracle. And so I'm just going to draw an anchor card before we do the Sabian symbol and perhaps some other cards. See what is the overall energy with this full lunar eclipse in the deep sign of Scorpio. Like, whoo, transformation, like it's an ending and a beginning, right? And so that can be painful. So there's things coming up that may be painful for you in your awareness. What the important part about it is to go from that guarded scorpion that may sting or project onto other people or even sting yourself into the phoenix, right? Because the symbol for Scorpio are the two. It's the Scorpio, but it's also the phoenix rising out of the ashes. That's why I chose the colors that I did with the little, background here behind me today. And I know my camera's not as well on this laptop, but I chose to do a Zoom because it uploads so much quicker and smoother. So hopefully feel into the cards that we draw today, not just see them, right? And see how that is that's coming up within you. See what you sense from it. So what is the first overall energy for the Scorpio? Intense lunar eclipse. How teachable are you? Whoa, that reminds me of Gemini. Let's pull the chart back up real quick here before I. This is a very dark deck. I don't use it very often, but I thought how significant of a time to do it other than right now when we're in this Scorpio energy. Okay, so prior to the nodes of the moon, which is this horseshoe looking thing, and they don't ever put a south node on the chart, but it's in Scorpio. We were in the collective energy of Gemini Sagittarius, where we had the north node in Gemini, which is about learning. It's about having new understandings. It's about communication, right? And we have the planet of Mercury, which is what rules Gemini and Virgo in the sign of Gemini in retrograde motion as of the 10th of May. So we are revisiting, we are rethinking, we have the opportunity to relearn. So with this card coming up, how teachable are you? Are you open? Are you open to learn and let go of things of the past that you may have been taught by somebody who wasn't aware, and now being able to learn new? The number 9 is also on this card. I know it's hard to see here again. So number 9 to me is that ending. It is that it's that Scorpio transformation of endings, but yet beginnings, because it transforms, right? So Scorpio rules the 8th house, and that is endings and beginnings. So let's see what this card says, because again, I don't use them very often, but I was drawn to today. How teachable are you? What are some of your favorite things to do? drink, gossip with your friends, watch TV? Are you willing to give those things up in order to create a time to learn something new? Oh my God, I got rid of TV almost 8 years ago. Best decision ever. Got rid of Facebook, got rid of just the platforms that are wanting everybody to think inside of a box and narrative, right? So are you willing to give those things up? Are you willing to give up those things that bring you comfort in the world, right? Because we have the North Node in Taurus, where it's asking us to be not so fixed. South Node in Scorpio with this lunar eclipse. Don't be fixed. Be open to learn. Get out of your comfort zone. Perhaps stop shopping large corporations and start going off and venturing off on supporting more of the community, right? Gemini, small community. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? What is your willingness to really apply what you learn? You might be learning many new things, but be resistant to change. Well, that is totally fixed earth and fixed water. Every time you begin to think, I already know this, I've heard it before, this doesn't apply to me, your ability to learn diminishes enormously. And it is at this point you may become virtually unteachable without even realizing it. Unless you apply what you have learned into life, you won't really know it. So this is about experience. Life experience is what makes you wise. Again, squaring Saturn with this lunar eclipse. Are you going to take forth your life experiences, still being open to learn new things and new possibilities? And also sharing that because you've had the life experience, because that's truly what experience and wisdom comes from. It does not come solely from a book or a piece of paper that tells us how valuable we are, right? A certificate by a system that's falling away, that's breaking. Wow, just wow. I've heard it before and it doesn't apply to me. Your ability to virtually be unteachable without even realizing it. Unless you apply that, what you have learned into life, you won't really know it. This card is beckoning you to not only be open-minded, but to take specific action towards change. So again, being open to change right now. And we have these nodes that is representative of the collective that are in fixed signs. 8th house, endings and beginnings can be painful to go into your shadow work, can be painful to have experienced the life lessons that you've experienced. But this Scorpio energy is, this full moon is a culmination. So it's an ending. So we can plant a seed with the new moon cycle coming up. The ending of what is this ending of in the Pluto energy? It's an ending of keep going on the same program over and over, not being willing to learn. And that's how you transform that energy with the Scorpio energy, is to face it, feel into the deepness and the intensity of it, take forward the wisdom from the life experiences that you've had. So reminder, the sun in Taurus, our spirit, and is shining over on our moon, our soul. At this time, the water element of Scorpio is sensing, so intuition, psychic impression, of visualization. A lot of people having deja vu, visions, and the lunar eclipse is change. Change is inevitable. And again, fixed water, fixed earth, sometimes not wanting the change, sometimes being forced to change. And ultimately, with Pluto's generational as well, that rules Scorpio. And what's happening with the collective right now is, look at the transformation that's taking place. It's deep. It can be dark. It can be powerful. It can be painful. Let me just open up my kitty wants out, of course, at the minute I sit down. Don't you love how demanding they are? I have a covered deck, so I'm going to let her out there. Be right back. Just sit with the thoughts of that right now. All right, so let's get into the Sabian symbol. How teachable are you? Do you have an attitude that you know everything? Because it will be at the demise of all of us right now. If we all carry that mindset of thinking we know everything, think about it. Such a way to snuff and close down the opportunity that we have right now for our consciousness to expand, for the benevolence to expand, for the goodness to expand, right? We're in the doorway of the age of Aquarius. It's supposed to be about the collective. Do we realize within ourselves that we have everything within us? We have all of the resources when we're tapped into God, when we're tapped into our bodies and not escaping from everything. The opportunities are endless, and the resources that we need are right within us. That doesn't mean be passive. That means actually to take initiative. Let it spark the fire of passion within you. Like we have Jupiter going into Aries, the sign of self, fire, spirit. Jupiter's about spiritual learning, being open to learn new things, expanding that benevolent energy in self. Like how effing powerful, how transformative. But the realization again with the Scorpio energy is endings and beginnings. And as we know, endings of one particular way is an opportunity for a new beginning, although painful and intense, right? So in the Sabian symbols, we round up. So we will be reading the 26-degree Scorpion energy. The Indians making camp. The key word is extemporization. And I had to look that up because I didn't know the definition of it. It is to perform something without prior preparation or practice. So this is asking us to try something new. Try something new. Be teachable, even if it's teaching yourself. That's how my love of astrology and working with the energies is the passion, my hunger to learn. And I love it, right? So the theme for this Scorpio full lunar eclipse is resourcefulness. This symbol speaks to self-establishment and to a man's skill in finding or obtaining everything needed to function competently wherever he finds himself, so being adaptable. The image of Indians making a camp is a symbol of adaptability and resourcefulness, or being able to make do with whatever is immediately on hand. On a practical level, this image can indicate a fresh start in a new place. There's a suggestion here that an individual is where he is in life as a result of his choices or what he has accepted and rejected in the past. Self-fulfillment here becomes a matter of discovering what you are good at and doing it. On the positive aspect of this, at its highest, this symbol represents versatility, innovation, and the pioneering spirit of adventure. On the negative or low aspect of this, it can be avoidance of struggle and a blind acceptance of whatever happens in life is destined and fated. Think about that. A lot of people need to stop just going with the narratives to break free from that, to not just accept it to be our new normal, right? Avoiding communicating, avoiding facing our fears, avoiding anything, even our deep emotions coming up at this time, it will put us in to just accepting that this is how it is. It doesn't have to be. We need to step into our roles and be teachable as co-creators. We need to let endings and bygones be bygones so we can have a new, fresh beginning, right? And transformation. Wow. Just wow. You know, before I came on, I was outside grounding, walking around on the earth. And the winds of change are here. The wind, I'm in the northern hemisphere, the wind is just from every direction. It's kind of eerie. It's kind of something I'm not used to. It usually comes out of the west for me. And I reflected on that, of how scorpionic that is, of transformation and change, endings of one way in a new beginning. Again, going into the age of Aquarius, going into more of the air. The winds are shifting, the jet streams are shifting. There's great change, Uranus in Earth, Taurus. There's great change in our bodies. There's fear of the South Node in Scorpio coming up, feeling not safe in the body, not feeling safe with the changes that we're all feeling, not feeling safe, not feeling heard, not feeling comfort. And so it's adaptability. Like, I struggle with it. My moon is in Taurus, babes. I keep that in my awareness. The ascent is on setting things up and getting started. Activities focus on preparation and making sure you have what you need. The opportunity is your greatest advantage lies in being practical. Choose the useful over the aesthetic or pretty. So it is time to lose the superficiality of brands and names and physical lust, beauty in that aspect, and more looking into the usefulness. How am I helping myself? How am I helping others? Is my heart good? Am I a compassionate person, right? With all that energy we've been experiencing in Pisces, we had the Neptune-Jupiter conjunction. Are you real? Are you kind? Are you loving? Are you doing the best you can? Because the most beautiful of the beautiful physically can be a raunchy ass person of the heart. It comes to mind the Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, sad and tragic toxicity that's being exploited per media right now, of someone who's so physically beautiful, both of them, being so damn toxic and manipulative and narcissistic as she is. It's really asking us, look at it. I don't say idol any celebrities, but I'm saying, look at that. Look at the beauty of a person on the outside. But if their heart's shitty and if they're manipulative, it won't hold up at the end of the day. So be practical. Guard against spending so much time getting ready that there is no time left to enjoy what you're preparing for. Trying to make everything perfect is usually an exercise in futility. Be willing to make do with what you have. The stepping stones for this full moon in Scorpio lunar eclipse is settlement. So being grounded in your body, giving yourself beautiful mantras. I am safe in my body. Establishment, your roots, new foundations that are going to stand because they're honorable and they're truthful. Organization, community, resourcefulness, making do, innovation, and adaptability. It's important now, as the collective of all those old structures falling away, that we have community. And a lot of us are finding soul tribe. We're finding family that feels like actual family now, instead of feeling like you're the black sheep or don't fit into the energies that maybe have been birthed into. We're healing layers upon layers. We're raising our vibration physically, spiritually. And so what happens is there's a transformation, there's endings of old and beginnings of new. So yeah, that's powerful. Reminder to yourself to perform something new that you may have not prepared for or even practiced before. And that is the Sabian symbol for this. We're going to do a few more cards. What am I going to do? Which deck? We're going to go with the Sacred Rebel Oracle, because I feel like we need to be that. We need to step into our truth. We need to step into our authenticity. We need to not be afraid to not fitting the mold that's been put out there for all of us to conform to. Community is important, and I'm physically having a hard time establishing that in my physical, but online, there are people out there who do tune in to listen, that I feel like our tribe is strong. And I think that it's important for all of us to remind each other how well we're doing. There's nothing of the past that should hold you back from feeling like you're to be shamed, or remember the religious thing that many of us were brought up in is we're dirty little sinners the minute that we're born. Like, really? Shame? Holy shit, would you give us birth natal charts instead of a social security number so that we have a little bit of guidance? You know, God created astrology for us specifically on the planet Earth because it applies to us when we're in a body for guidance. Having a hot flash. No. Releasing alliances. Whoa. Another card that's very vulnerable. You may be tired. You may be grieving. You may have things coming up. Hopefully you're connecting with your emotions, because most likely, like, the intensity of it, layers upon layers. Releasing the alliances for me. And it's a 10 card. It's a ending and a beginning. Releasing alliances to open yourself up to the new, to being willing to put yourself out there in a new light, in a new way, a more real you, as we've been releasing and letting go of old patterns, old programming. I'm going to read from it, and then we are done with this full moon. Take good care of yourself, guys. Just nurture yourself. If you're feeling tired a lot, you're not alone. Seems like during the day right now, I'm very sleepy and my body feels heavy. And then at nighttime, I kind of catch second wind, although I'm sleeping good at night as well. Dream state is heightened at this time. Your psyche is quite possibly picking up on other people's energies, the collective energy, and getting some crazy downloads, visions, audio, ringing in the ears. So pay attention. No such thing as coincidence when you look at that way. It is time to hold on to yourself and let go of another, even if just for a time. You have gained all of what is meant to be from that connection, at least for now. You have given and you have received. The need to let go does not deny the value of what has been acquired. So again, back to that Saturn energy squaring this. The experiences in life that have made you who you are, but not staying in toxicity. Wow. It is more that the time has come for greater productivity and creativity, abundance, and consciousness in your life. You have completed many cycles in vibrational frequency of consciousness that you are now being asked to release. You have been in the vibrational frequency for some time now. You have earned the right to step out of that frequency, out of the habits, relationships, and the possibilities that are limited to that outmoded frequency. Again, what did I just share? You know, a lot of us born into families, we didn't feel like, am I from the same plane here? Because I don't fit in. Now we're starting to find soul tribe. It's so powerful. It is now time to expand into higher frequencies of experience that will bring enhanced love, empowerment, and a peace into your life. You will take the wisdom of that which you have learned with you into something new. New connections, new relationships, new life experiences at a higher turn of the spiritual life. But first, you trust that you can step into that solitude for a time without being consumed by loneliness. It is time to reconnect with yourself. Perhaps you have had a period of outward orientation where energy has been diverted away from your inner journey of self-discovery and creative self-expression into the world of lists, schedules, and demands. The healing process for this is lie down somewhere comfortable and relax. Say, I love you to my body. I trust my body and my body trusts me. I love wisdom and wisdom loves me. Again, be teachable. Sense and visualize or feel the beautiful emerald green light with golden sparkling flecks of energy in it. It rises up from the earth below you and bathes your body until you are floating in an ocean of emerald green light with golden sparkling flecks of energy within it. Let it fizz and wash around you and through you, right into the cells of your being. Finally, let it form a bubble of light around you, encasing you like an egg or a shell, from the top of your head all the way down to the bottom of your feet. On either side of you, front and back, let it be close enough that it feels protective, spacious enough that you can breathe easily. Take your time, and when you're ready, simply open your eyes and you have completed your healing process. Provided that you follow up and have some more time for yourself, of course. Wow, right? We're releasing old alliances. We're releasing older energy that doesn't resonate with us anymore. We are having a lot of endings, and we also need to be planting the seed for a new beginning, a new you, a more authentic you, a more real you. And that's how we transform the planet. I hope that you got much love and encouragement and awareness in this today. Take good care of yourselves as we build into this energy on the 16th of May, 2022. A very powerful full lunar eclipse. Full moon in Scorpio. Blood moon, where it is with the South Node, asking us to have the realization of what is coming to a culmination, what is coming to an ending. Choose to let go of it and release those old, outdated versions of yourself. Be vulnerable, cry, take good care of yourself, cleanse and purify yourself in a body of water. I call it baptizing myself daily. Much love to you, and I hope that you have a very transformational, powerful realization within yourself so that you really can take forward your best version of yourself. Much love to you, and shalom, shalom.